Welcome to Jack Chemical. Today I'm going to work on a Mac 3200. Picked up a few of these parts and threw gas down the throat and it popped off. Figured, alright, well, let me see if I can do something with this. If I get, and I think I pick up 4 of them, and if I get take 4 of them and make 2 good ones out of them, I'm ahead of the game. This one here, it's missing the tank, which I grabbed off one of the other units. It's got a little screeny filter in there. Pre-cut the hose, makes life a little easier. And once we get off this cover here, put some fuel lines in it, see exactly, clean it up a little bit, and see if we can get this thing running. Get that one. Yep. Oh, the handles. 2 in the handle. Separate the switch, and the cover's off. Okay, yeah, 1, 2. See if we can slip this in without having to. And that good clean out first. We just kind of. Hopefully, I can slide the tank in without having to remove anything. Yeah, I don't think so. I have to pop the flywheel off, move the oil pump out of the way. Besides, I want to give it a good cleaning anyway. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yep, that'll do it. Get it down to level. Hammer. Upward prying motion. There we go. Flywheel off. Pretty straightforward. Okay, these two hold in the tank, and that one holds in the oil pump. Switch it around. And the tank's off. Well, I have it off. I'll pre-plumb it with the hoses. As you can hear, the old filter's still in there. There we go. Earth the remains of the old filter. And give this a good cleaning. See if there's any residual hoses in there. And let's see. Okay, duckbill valve's pretty good. I think we can still use that. Well, you gotta know, it's always a good idea to change it, but that one's still good. Usually they're that mushy. Okay, let me give this a good clean out here. Let me loosen the pump. A little bit more. go. Get the oil pump out of the way. Get in there, give it a good cleaning. And we'll put a new hose. Oh, actually, that's pretty darn good. Generally, I don't like to mess with this one. This hose here is a far better quality than the one that goes between here and the tank. But we get this all cleaned up, pre-plumb. Put the hoses in here, a new filter, and then we'll slide everything back together. Clean and blew it out. It's simple, just slide the tank right in. The oil pump back on. And give it a little tighten. Yeah, nice and snug. It's only plastic. Don't do too crazy. I'll cut the hose to length and attach it. Let's see, got okay right here. Just leave yourself a little extra, just for some flex. Give it a cut. Hose on, and you're good to go. Got the tank fairly clean. Give it a wipe down. Pre-do both hoses and the filter, and I'm going to pop that tank back on. And once your friend is pre-plumbing the fuel tank, pop them both back in. Make sure the filter goes to the bottom. There we go. Return line. Slide back into place. It'll be nice. There we go. Go. Oil tank and fuel tank back in. Now comes the fun part. There's a couple of notches. See if I can get it up nice and close. Right. Right. There. A couple of notches, 1 and 2, where the hoses go through, so like a clamshell. Half circle on one side, half circle on the other. And when you get the tank together, you have to make sure that the hoses are actually in that little channel like that, and that you don't pinch them while putting the half together. Okay, let me do this. I'll put the wire tie on here to keep the trigger assembly in one place. If not, things fly all over the place. There's the spring. Okay, come on here. And let it squeeze. Tank on. Okay. The wires on here. Your kill switch, 1 and 2. There we go. Now the same thing with the wires. Okay, those are going through. The wires also have 2 small notches. You can see those 2 U-shape. One wire is going through, the other one's sticking out. gonna be hard to get the case together if the wires on in those two little slots. 1, 2. Okay, hose is in. Not pinching anything. Okay, clamp together. In that notch, we're not pinching anything down. I don't know if you can see down in there. It's kind of a tight area. Let's see if I can, when I do the carve, I'll show you how they should be. And both wires are in and ready to button it back up. Take 2. Always helps if you put the flywheel back. Doesn't work without it. Okay, let me give this a clean up. And I'll be right back. Okay. Flywheel cleaned up. Didn't forget it this time. Back down. Okay. There we go. Go. Now we're ready to put back together again. Sure the wires are connected. Bring it around up, yeah. And knock this off. There we go. Get things right, don't pinch anything. Go. Get those wires properly in the notch, and they're not. My nemesis. The wires aligned. They semi-properly go in. There you go. This back in. Now we can put this back together again. Okay. There's in. Yep. It's gonna drive you crazy. Okay, HFCs are in. Both of them are through the same notch, but as long as it works. The grounding wires, as long as they're in that notch. And the hoses don't appear to be clamped. See if we can try this one again. Okay. Trigger's working. Hoses aren't clamped together. I think maybe, just maybe, this time we got it. Ah, that's the sound we need to hear. 2 hoses. Okay, the oil tank is plumbed. Put that back on. There we go. And then we get to work on the carburetor. Which is pretty straightforward. 3 screws, and it comes right out. Remove the cover. 1, 2, 4, and carb comes right out. There you go. It's also missing a gasket, I think. Where's the gasket? There. Oh no, there's a gasket there. Oh, maybe lucking out on this one. Seems to be in pretty good shape too. If memory serves me right, it's an RB39 rebuild kit for the carburetor. But I think I have one on standby. See, because the choke lever here is busted off. Gotta replace it. Check out what kind of carbs I got. Before I button it all back up again, I've had another carb. It's got a so-so diaphragm. It needs to be rebuilt, but hopefully it'll be enough to at least to see if this thing is viable. And the one thing I've run across quite a bit is that these little purge bulbs, there's an in and an out. In, and it sucks it through this side and pushes it out to the tank. Now the whole idea is to suck the fuel through the carburetor into the bowl, into the primer bulb, and then primer bulb, it pushes it back into the tank. So the filter line to this side pulls the fuel out this side, pumps it back into the tank, not the opposite way around. Because what happens is this acts like a one-way check valve. You pump it up, you may be able to get some fuel through it. It'll run for 30 seconds and die, 15 seconds and die, because it's starved out for fuel. It has to be in this configuration. Okay, let me button this back up, throw some fuel in it, and see what we get. Okay, fueled it up. Put oil in the tank. Let's see what we get. Ooh, promising. Alright. Okay. Yes, the oiler oils. Well, it'll pop that carb off, put a new diaphragm and all the innards in it, make it all nice. It's still having trouble trying to get that happy spot on the idle. Either she loads up a little bit or she starts to lean out too much. New diaphragm will cure that. Clean this puppy up and she'll be ready to go. Thanks for watching.